Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Money in the Morning, aka Economic Elevation, aka Financial Consciousness. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I want to say good morning to everybody. El Haj, I see you in there. Good to see you. Clarence and Kendall Green. Gotta love the Green family. Who else is it? Abner. Abner's here. Abel Loomis and Tamara Galloway. Alfonso, Armando, Sharon, and Calvin, and Gary Hatcher. Gary, are you would you be from Gary, Indiana? But you probably aren't. But I think they named a whole city after you, Gary. So you got to check on that, man. You might have some royalties coming your way. I love Gary, Indiana, by the way. My wife and I are going to go to Gary to watch the Michael Jackson movie when it comes out. We went to Michael Jackson's house in Gary, and it's this tiny little Cracker Jack box. It's the smallest thing I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, all right, so I hope everybody's feeling good today. I am feeling really proud of myself because I wasn't in the 5 a.m. club this morning. I was in the 4 a.m. club this morning, believe it or not. I got up and the way I kind of operate is if I feel it, I just go do it. I don't believe in operating on level one. Level one, I don't want to be a level one Negro. Level one Negro is where everything is like one day. One day I'm gonna do this, one day I'm gonna do that. I want to be a level two Negro or a level two black man. How about that? Level two black man says, no, I'm not gonna do it one day. I'm gonna do it 2 days. So go to level two in your life. So literally, I was sitting there and I was laying next to the most beautiful woman in the world at 4 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't go to sleep. So I said, okay, well, let's just get up and let's get it cracking. Let's get started. So literally, I have been working for hours and hours and had a great time this morning. I went to breakfast with my wife and I'm getting ready for the Black Power Her conference. By the way, it's down in Miami. If you still want to come, you can. It's next week and the 25th or so. And the website it's hosted by Dr. Lene Javette and Constance Carter's there and Tierra Williams and a lot of really smart black Athena Gardner, who's an AI expert. It's like really serious working sessions, and I think they're even doing a cruise after the conference is over. So if you want to go have some fun and you got some time on your hands and you want to be part of a community of black people that want to do great things, the URL is blackpowher.com. That's HER, blackpowher.com. And I'm the honorary man. They invited me in to speak as part of their DEI program. So I'm the only man that gets to speak because I know that when black women are talking, I need to learn how to shut up and listen. So that's what I do. That's what I do, and I don't mind doing that. All right. So if you want to join, feel free to hang out or come to Miami. It's next week, and I'll be there, and I look forward to seeing you. All right. Now, with that being said, let's hop in. I want to ask you some questions. Let's see. Someone says Jama says the cruise is sold out. I talked to Lene, by the way, about that, Jama. She says the cruise is not sold out, but you have to contact them directly if you want to go on the cruise. So that part, there's a lady that runs the cruise and she can get you set up, Jama. So that's what I know. I just know what I know. All right, now I'm gonna start off and ask you all a question. I'm gonna ask you a serious question about something financially, so we can kind of do engage in a financial consciousness exercise. All right, y'all ready? Let me know if you're ready. Y'all ready for these are questions I want you to ask yourself, and I'm going to ask you, so we can really get down to the bottom of what's holding you back, what's keeping you from getting where you want to get to, etc. Okay, y'all ready? You ready? All right. So K James is ready. All right, cool. All right, so here we go. First question I'm going to ask you is, and so answer in the chat, just maybe like a one or two, one sentence answer. um, what's one money problem that keeps popping up in your life, no matter how hard you try to fix it, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much you do, no matter how deep you go, no matter how many times you've confronted it, this one issue keeps popping up, and you're just like, man, this thing keeps popping up like an old, like an old disease or something, right? How many like what's that one thing that's just like, oh my God, it keeps on happening and it's driving me crazy. I hate this. I'm so mad. I want to fix this and I can't fix it. Answer in the chat. I'll give you guys a second to answer. I really want to know that because I really want to understand, in terms of what we can do to kind of support you on that, in the Black Business School. Because I'm not real interested in just talking about stuff. I like to do things. I told you, I don't want to. I don't want to be a level one Negro. I want to be level two. All right, I see credit card debt, taxes. Okay, Kevin says taxes, rent. Oh, rent. Yeah, that's a big one. Budgeting. I have two teenagers. That's a financial problem right there. Now, isn't it? Savings. Okay, I see savings. What else is in the? Let me see here. More income. Shawtina says more income. Jonathan, better choice of clients. Okay, so Jonathan is a business owner. Well, shout out to Jonathan, the business owner. Better choice. Let's see. Credit card debt. Okay, credit cards keep popping up. Income is low, says Abel. Okay, Abel. What else? Antoinette. By the way, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? I got a lab mic on. I just want to make sure it's working okay. Give me a quick yes if I'm coming through all right. And let me know if you think the mic makes a difference, because before I was just talking to the camera mic and I just okay, great. All right. So okay, so these are some of the things that pop up. All right, that's very interesting. That's really helpful for me to understand in terms of where you are and what we're working on, where we're trying to go, and maybe I can center some conversations around these topics. Diversification, says Greg. Credit card debt. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So here we go. Oh, family complaining, not enough money. Okay. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a lot of us got those same relatives. All right. Next question is if you could wave a magic wand and solve one financial issue for yourself this year, what would that issue be? If you could wave a magic wand and just fix one thing, like just be like kaboom, like kabam, uh, here I am, my name is Sam, green eggs and ham. If you could do that, what would that one thing be that you would fix? I'll give you guys a second to answer. Um, and then we can go deeper. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's see. The one thing that we can fix, or we would fix if we could. Let's see. What do I see in the chat? Well, I can tell you, I think that a lot of times what I hear is just maybe making more money. Okay, I see retirement taxes, learning stock. Well, we're doing stock market investing this afternoon, right? You know that the stock market club meets at noon, and a lot of you will get that email right after class. But we meet today at noon, so if you want to go to drboycestockmarket.com, you can join. That's drboycestockmarket.com. Let's see, set up a steady passive income stream, help young adults with financial issues. Good for you. I like that. Increased income, protect my assets from taxes. Ooh, that's a big one. We did a forum on taxes a couple weeks ago with Larissa Humphrey out of Atlanta. So if you want to go take a look at that, just email support at theblackbusinessschool.com. That's support at theblackbusinessschool.com. Let's see here. Knowing how to pick stocks. Okay. Well, in the stock market club, you have access to what Dr. Boyce is buying. So if you want to just see what I'm picking and you want to follow along or whatever it is that you want to do, I don't give investing advice ever, but it's available. So feel free to go to drboystockmarket.com if that's of interest. How to make multiple streams of income. Yeah, that's a big one. Everybody should have multiple streams of income. You should tell your kids that this is a requirement financially. Like this is not optional. This is not advanced bonus. This is not like, oh, look at you. I'm so proud of you. Like slow clap. This is like, no, you must do this. This is how I think you should train your kids on this. Don't make don't make safety optional for them. Don't make it seem like a secure, happy black person is somehow the luckiest Negro on the planet, or that somehow you somehow you're really special because you're not like on the verge of death, financial death. Right? Like that's not no, like that's not, you know, like how they people have the big party and they're like, you graduated from high school. Way to go. It's like, no, that's not really a big deal. That's everybody's supposed to do that. Or you take care of your kids. Don't be congratulating people for taking care of their kids. That's what humans do. All humans take care of their children. If you ain't taking care of your kids, then we need to talk. Let's keep going. All right, let's set the we're gonna set the bar high. Do we agree? Give me a yes if you agree that it's okay for us as black people to set the bar high. Remember, here's the thing I found out about setting goals and accomplishing your goals. Your goals are not accomplished because of your motivation. Your goals are not accomplished necessarily because you have a dream or a vision or because you really want it. Your goals are not accomplished from some big burst of inspiration. Your goals are accomplished by your standard and and because your standard and your discipline to consistently meet the standard will blast you through almost any goal that you have. So if you have a goal and a dream, um, don't just sort of say, okay, well, what am I going to do next and all that. Just set a standard. Set a standard that will get you to the dream, and then be disciplined and meet the standard. right? See, people get it wrong. They think it's all about the rah-rah speeches, like, yeah, I'm gonna go get it. Then Jesus said to Moses that the doctrine says that you gonna get. Man, stop all that. That'll make you tired. Motivation does not last long. That's dopamine. Dopamine will get you high for a little while, like a crackhead, and then you will crash like a crash dummy. You don't want to go out like that. Discipline is what gets you there, and discipline and a disciplined commitment to a standard will take you further than any amount of motivation can ever get you. Motivation will help you sprint down the street, but discipline will help you run a marathon. Can I get an amen? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Like sometimes you're right. I come in, I'm pumped up and blah, 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 blah. But no, no, no. It's the discipline, man. It's the commitment to a disciplined standard where you say every day, this is our standard. Multiple streams of income, this is our standard. Educated kids, this is our standard. I love my wife, that's my standard. I don't play about my family, that's my standard. I take care of my health, that's my standard. I'm gonna be optimistic, that's my standard, right? I'm gonna go make it happen, that's my standard. And if you have a standard and every day and you're committed to the standard every day, then I guarantee you will be successful beyond your wildest dreams. I promise you that will happen for you. I hope you believe me when I say this to you. Standards and discipline, not the motivational speeches. That's nice. That's good. I mean, a motivational speech every morning, that'll get you on fire. I like that. I do that myself, but it's not the motivation because sometimes you don't feel like doing it. That's the point. Because if you just operate based on how you feel, your feelings will betray you, unfortunately. Your feelings betray you when it comes to making the investment regularly. Your feelings will betray you when it comes to all aspects of ownership of business and stock and all that, because there's sometimes where you're not going to feel like investing in stock. You're going to want to spend your money doing something else. You won't feel like holding on to the stock in bad economic weather. You'll want to sell it because you're scared, right? You won't feel like getting up at 3:30, 4:30 in the morning to go run because you're going to be tired, right? So it's got to be the standards and the discipline. So let me ask you another question. If you could answer me in the chat, that would really help me just in terms of understanding who we are and what we're trying to do. What's something about money or investing that you feel you should understand by now, but nobody ever explained it to you in a way that clicked? Now, we've covered a lot. If you've been in this class, we've probably covered damn near everything at some point. But tell me something that you feel like you should have known it before you met me. Let's start there. Before you and I started talking, what's something that you feel like somebody should have taught you and somebody didn't teach you? And they did, or they didn't bring it to you in a way that made sense. Right? I know a lot of you have heard maybe financial advisors talk, and sometimes they go out of their way and they sound super they try to sound super smart, so they use words that nobody understands, and there's hyper robotic, and they sort of make money seem like it's boring and complicated and all that stuff. And then you kind of tune out, and I get that because I tune out too. That's boring for me. Okay, so let's see. I see retirement savings. James said everything. Karen says how money works. Greg says investing. Lori Eubanks, discipline. Everything in the Black Business School, says Clarence. So thank you, Clarence. Thank you for the compliment. Kendall Green, how to make money. Heck yeah, man. How to make money. So economic survival. I love that. Let's see. The importance of how to protect your assets, says Janelle Green. Investing, says Atisha. Compound interest, Gary Hatcher. Okay. Stock options and put options, says Shirley. Yes, look, gotta have options. Start investing early, says Tara. Tyrone, start buying stock when I got my first job in my 20s. All right, good for you. How to invest or just financial information, 401ks, invest in the stock market, ways to understand futures, compound interest. I can seek out info on reading and looking at watching videos and learn myself. Okay, stock options. Let's see, what else do I see? Finance, stock market, and marketing, says Nassim Muhammad. All right. Kimberly had one. I wait, where's Kim? Oh, there she is. She says investing. Okay, how to do what they tell me, says Angela. Yeah, implementation's a big one too, right? Like just like, okay, you're telling me what to do and I agree with you. Now show me how to do it, right? That's a great one. I like that. All right, so let's see. What's another one? Um, Another question I had here. All right, so let's be honest. What would you say is the one thing that's stopping you from building wealth right now? Like what is it? What's getting in the way? Is it that you don't have enough time? Is it that you have fear? Is it that you don't know what to do? Is it that you don't have the discipline to do it? Is it that nobody around you is doing it? Is it that you think it's expensive to like make to do whatever it is you're trying to do? Like what's stopping you? Or is it just yourself? Is it just, you're just hating on yourself? You're just blocking yourself. You it's right in front of you. The world's made it easy and you just don't want to do it. What do you think? You like to sleep in, or too many women, Tyler Perry movies? Like what's stopping you from? Okay, only one income monthly. Okay, time, structure, and discipline. Okay, Eddie's honest. Eddie says it's just me. All right. Let's consistent cash flow, playing catch up, says Angela. Negativity of others, says Shirley. Okay, interesting. Negativity of others. That's a big one. Sherelle says me, myself, and I. Jonathan McLennan says myself. Wow, interesting. Traumatized that wealth is possible for me. I saw somebody say it flew by really fast. I didn't see who said that, but that's a deep one. Oh, Michael Grotjan. Hope I pronounced that right. I probably didn't. Forgive me for that. Um, let's see here. Okay. Fear of losing your capital base. That's a big one. Do not know what to do. Fear of losing more money. Okay, great, great, excellent, excellent. Okay. All right. All right. So let me ask another question. All right. What is something that you tried before that didn't work the way you hoped it would work? Like, have you tried a class that was terrible? Have you tried investing before? Did you try side hustles that didn't work out? Like, what is it that you've tried? Because that's the thing, investing in building wealth is a big trial and error thing. I find that people tend to feel like they want more money, they just don't know what to do. So they tried things. Maybe I see the word partnership from Tasman. Somebody tried that. Okay, yeah, that can go bad. Renting a house. Oh, Tasman rented the house. I'm sorry, Jonathan did the partnership. Networking, getting an IUL, involving others. Okay, some of that stuff is not bad. IULs are not bad. Starting with just one stock, says James. Own a boutique. Okay, MLM classes, MLMs. Yeah, MLMs are tough. MLMs, most people in multi-level marketing don't make money. It doesn't mean don't do it. It doesn't mean no one makes money. It's like a casino, right? You can't say nobody makes money in a casino. It's just that the statistics say most people that go to the casino don't make money, right? So crypto scams, oh, that's a big one. Family business didn't work out. I'm sorry, Matilda. Okay, let's see here. Sandy says stock options, brain didn't focus. Invested in five-figure course that didn't teach anything. Five figures, like over $10,000. Oh, that's a oh my goodness. Let's see. Armando selling my designs on a print. Okay. All right. Okay. Next question. Next question. Um, if you had a step-by-step blueprint, like if we had something that we put together that was like a step-by-step blueprint that actually worked, that got you to the finish line, got you the result that you're looking for, what would you want it to help you do first? Like what would be the first thing? Like if you said, okay, just lay it out and walk me through it, and if we say, okay, we can walk you through it, we'll get you to the result. What will be the first thing that you'd want to like just be like, okay, let's do this first. Okay, Tiffany says stock options. Jashawn says growth of investment income. Gary Hatcher says budget. Create more income. Eddie Muhammad. Okay, pay off debt. Affordable training, says Corman. Okay. Elisa Muhammad. Knowledge of stock. Okay, when you say affordable training, feel free to lay in the words affordable or what affordable looks like. Because as you know, sometimes in the Black Business School, we have to, everything can't be free because it costs a lot of money to pay for everything, right? But we want to work with you. We like to partner. We like to make sure you get results. So I like knowing just kind of like, okay, this makes sense. That doesn't make so much sense. That's fair. I don't know if I can do that. Or, oh, that's really that. Well, you should charge more for that, right? Because I've heard all that. I've heard literally every single thing, like, oh, that's too much, all the way to you don't charge enough. You can. I'm like, well, I don't really want to charge the maximum. I want to charge something that's gonna let us build an institution, right? We're building an HBCU, and so I ultimately want. If you have numbers in mind, like, okay, I would pay this much for this kind of thing. That kind of tells us information in terms of what works for you. Okay. All right. Now, okay, so thank you for that. Now let's see here. Oh, this is okay. It's a good question. Because I made all these earlier. What kind of income level would you feel would let you breathe? Like if you had an amount of money that you wanted to make per month or per year, and put per month or per year or per week. Like, let us know what number would make you say, man, okay, I'm good now. I'm safe. I feel secure. Okay, Mia says 30,000 a month. Cheryl says 5,000 a month. Cheryl lives on a good budget. Nice. Joshan, 5,000 a month. Francis, 30,000. That's interesting. Look at that range, 30 to 5, 35, 35. 10K a month says Daniel. Terrell, 5K a month. Okay. Abio, 10K a month. Richard Knox, 100,000 a year. Shaquana, 25,000 a month. Okay. Hey, Dr. Vibe, how you doing? Let's see. Julian Nelson, 50K a month. Karen, 9,000 a month. Okay, that's good information. And it's good for this is good stuff for you in terms of really sort of nailing down your thoughts. A lot of times, I find that a big part of getting what you want is is knowing what you want. You'd be amazed at how many people don't know what they want. Like you ask them, like, well, what do you want? They're like, I don't know. I got to think about it. You should know what you want, right? And if you know what you want, then you remind yourself of it every day, and then your subconscious and your conscious mind will work together to get that done. The universe will conspire to make that dream into a reality if you obsess over it long enough and really think about it and repeat it to yourself. All right, let me keep going. Let's see here. Another question. Okay, do you feel like you need more information about wealth, or do you need more execution and accountability? Like, which one would you say that is kind of like the barrier? Like, okay, I just need to understand more. I need more knowledge, or the other part, like, okay, I need more execution and accountability, or is it both? If it's both, that's okay too. Okay, I see execution, I see accountability, access to capital. Karen Millhouse, I saw your answer, but it flew up so fast. I'm sorry, Karen. I see Abel says accountability and execution. Is that right? There we go. Okay. And it looks like a lot of you are saying both accountability and execution. I see a lot of boths. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for answering that. Next question. What would make learning about money actually fun for you and make you actually stick with it? Like if you were doing something in a class or a group and you were learning about wealth, what would make you say, man, this is cool. I like this. This is great. Okay, so Charles says results. I see monetary incentive, hands-on experience. Okay. Tiffany says, this class, you like this class? I'm curious. Like, do y'all like sometimes I know sometimes I'm so stupid. I'm so ignorant in terms of just doing goofy stuff. And I'll make my little goofy AI movie. And I don't even know if anybody likes it. Does that help? I just thought it would be fun. It's really me just being like, oh, I don't know, this would be kind of cool to do. Because it really reflects how I see finance. Like I was never into like the whole square way of looking at finances and money. I thought it was kind of a wasted life to sit and obsess about money all day, and so I probably wouldn't fit into like a Wall Street brokerage firm because I think life should be fulfilling and fun and meaningful and ethical. I don't, I wouldn't want to just sit around and analyze 401ks all day long, right? But I got that skill, and I found that money was just such a powerful tool for understanding the world. And almost everything I see in America, because money is almost like a god in America, like they almost worship money. You can understand about 95% of everything that happens in the US if you understand money. So I'll just follow the trail of the money, and I'll be like, oh, that's why he's doing. Oh, that's why. That's why Netanyahu was able to get up Trump's butt and make him go declare war. Whatever, right? It's the money. I see it. And that's why they have power and they don't, because they think it's this thing, but really it's this thing, right? So that's how money affects me actually. And so I like talking about it in a way that's fun and interesting, not just to keep it interesting for anybody listening, but really to keep it interesting for myself, right? That to me is it makes it a richer experience. So I'll keep on making my little goofy AI movies, and if you like them, all right. Let's see here. Uh, a couple more questions. So if I created something for you, and you, let's say you wanted to be simple, and would you want something, if let's say we develop something new in the Black Business School, or I develop it, would you want something that's like simple and quick, or something that's like deep and detailed? Which one do you like? Because we do a little bit of both, right? We have cheat sheets and the quick stuff, and then we have the deep stuff, like the deep dives, and that we do and stuff like that. You like both? Is there like both? You like the okay? Because sometimes the quick wins can build up. That's where you use the dopamine to your advantage, because you're getting this confidence built off the quick win. But the deep dive is required too, because the devil is always up in the details, and you're trying to beat out the devil. Because believe me, this devil of capitalism is really working to control your life. It's working to steal your children and steal your dream. Capitalism is so bad. I'm a part-time Marxist. I'm not a full-time Marxist because Marxists they like to stay broke. I don't believe that being broke gives you any power in America. So I'm not a full-time Marxist, but I'm a part-time Marxist because Karl Marx, who founded Marxism, because that's his name, he had really good critiques of capitalism. One thing that he argued, which I agree with 100%, was that he said capitalism steals your purpose if you're not careful. That if you're not careful and you get sucked into the machine, and the machine tends to suck you in like a magnet. Like if I have these magnets that came with this microphone I got, right? And so this magnet, if I put it near anything metal, it just attaches itself. It just sucks it in, right? And so capitalism has these magnets that suck you in, and the magnets tend to be there are many of them, but a couple of the biggest ones are one is debt. If they get you in debt and you're deep in debt, then you become a slave. You have to do what they say. That's how the mafia loops people in to get them to do illegal things like fix football games or whatever, is they wait till you get in debt and you have no options. There's that word options again. And then they start to say, well, if you don't want us to come and break your legs or kill your grandma, then you have to go and do what we say, right? And next thing you know, a good person is doing a bad thing because they got sucked in, right? The magnet of capitalism pulled them in, right? Another way capitalism, another magnet is financial desperation and financial insecurity. That's why I'm so vehemently against the idea of us putting financially insecure children out into the world, because when you are struggling and you're in debt, then you have to go work for the capitalist. The capitalist is like the devil sitting there saying, I knew you'd show up. I knew you'd be here, right? Like the local drug dealer, that's trying to get Pookie to quit the basketball team. All right, so let's keep going. All right, so um okay. So in terms of things that so some stuff that we do in the Black Business School is free, doesn't cost you anything to be here, right? But then some stuff has a fee attached. Tell me in the chat if you could, what's something where if you saw it, you say, okay, I pay for that. Like I'm willing to invest in that, or that's worth it. Right? I know a lot of you have invested in a lot of things, and thank you. And I'm glad you're a part of this journey. But I'd be curious to know what would make you what when you see it and you're like, oh yeah, okay, this is it. This is worth it. This is an investment. I feel like I'm going to get more from this than I put in. Okay, I see a lot of people mentioning options and Prime and Coin, and Gail said everything. I love you, Gail. Thank you. Gary Hatcher, okay, option. I see the word options a lot. I see coin a lot. Okay, so coin are options for you. So name anything else, and it could be something else. It could be something related to retirement. It could be something related to real estate, something related to starting a business, something related to making extra money, whatever the case may be. Okay, all right. Another question is, when you talk about learning, do you like to learn by yourself? Or are you a community person? Are you a person that likes to learn in groups, or are you a person that likes to learn by yourself? Which one do you prefer in general when it comes to your learning style? I asked that question because when I was in my PhD program, I learned that I was a big loner. I'm really a deep introvert, and I've learned how to be extroverted because I meet people and you have to talk and stuff. But I just like I just sit I like sitting and thinking and just kind of that self space was important for me. But the downside of that was that I didn't share ideas with my classmates, and it cost me dearly in my PhD. It was very difficult to get through because I was trying to figure out everything on my own. I was reinventing the wheel every day, and we're really forming better relationships and better connections with others would have been more beneficial. And what was really interesting was, in hindsight, I think part of it was racial trauma. I was in these programs surrounded by white people, and I just didn't. I didn't grow up with a lot of trust. I because I'd just been screwed too many times, and you just don't think they understand you, and they don't want to be your friend, and I don't know. It just felt awkward, and so I would kind of keep to myself, and that was probably the worst thing to do because it caused me to kind of walk around with a chip on my shoulder. And so even though I take pride in being a committed black man in every way imaginable, I kind of realize I got to get rid of this chip on my shoulder, because sometimes some people ain't really trying to be racist when they say something. They're just trying to like talk to you as a person, as a human being. And because we're so wired to think about everything in the racial lens, I think sometimes it keeps us from connecting with people that just want to make a connection. and that's me admitting to one of my vulnerabilities. I want to grow out of that, but sometimes that trauma is hard to overcome that stuff. All right, so let's keep going. Uh, let's see. One more question I'll ask is this. Um, if you had one financial goal, like I want you to name in the chat one financial goal you have that you've been putting off that would absolutely change your life if you committed to it. Like if you committed to it for a year, and you could do this thing for 1 year, and you know that after 1 year commitment, it would get you to the next level. What would that thing be? What would that thing be? So put it in the chat. It could be a year of investing consistently, a year of saving money, a year of mastering stock options, a year of investing in real estate, a year of having family meetings, a year of forming relationships, a year of networking with others, right? Like put that in the chat if you could. Okay, I see paying off mortgage. Let's see here. Yeah, my parents did that out there. We decided my father wanted to own his house, and as a thank you to him because he took care of me when my biological father wasn't there, I paid off his house for him. I said, let's do this. So we're making double and triple payments, and we got that sucker paid off. So it took about a year of consistent effort to get that done. Dewan says building a business. Okay. Elaine says focusing on my health. All right. Pamela, options. Okay. Let's see. Investing consistently. Janet Milner, Angela Tyler, making 100,000 in investing. All right, good for you. Okay, retirement. Who said? Cheryl says retirement. Okay, one more. Networking. AC Salam. Okay, awesome. All right, and one more question I meant to ask you is this. So, if you sat down with me for an hour, if you and I were talking directly for 1 hour, and you wanted to pick my brain on one thing, like if there's one thing you wanted us to really cover and talk about, what would that one thing be? If it was just me and you, and we're sitting in a Zoom, and I'm looking you in the face, I'm like, "Hey, how are you, Michael?" Like, right? So how can I help you, Dr. Vibe? Cassandra, what do you need from me? What would it be? What would it be? Okay, let's see here. I see. Okay, Tam says stocks. Angela says stock options, puts and calls. Where to invest? I saw that. How to raise capital and how to do options. Okay, step by step. Generate plan to generational wealth, says Clarence. All right. Ida says options and puts. Let's see. Janet says how to stay disciplined. Who says structure with all things? Greg says structure. Okay. All right. Can you show me step by step how to invest in the stock? Okay, says Elaine. All right, perfect. Okay, this is excellent info in terms of helping me understand you better, and I hope that it helps you understand yourself better. I hope that this discussion allows you to get some self awareness in terms of what your top priorities are. And what I find is that you might have several things that you want to make the main thing, but I would say pick a thing and make it the main thing. Make the main thing the main thing, and then sort of move forward to something else. Because I'd be curious to know what even brings you here every day. Like there's so many things you could be doing right now other than sitting here with me. And feel free to put that in the chat as well. But what makes you do this? What makes you hit the button? Well, and you can name anything. Name it. It could just be like, oh, because I like men with bald heads, or your panther behind your head is sexy, or what, or you be funny, you so crazy, or whatever, or the community, or the knowledge, or the analogies, the insight. Put it all in there if you could, because that'll help me really understand who I am too. Like I want to learn. I don't know exactly how I am seen by others. I really don't know. I don't. When in 2012, I had this manager who took me to meet Reverend Jesse Jackson. And when he found out we were coming, he cleared his schedule and said, "Yes, let's meet. I want to meet him." And I was like, "Wow, that's crazy. Reverend Jesse Jackson is clearing his day just to meet with me." And she's like, "You have no idea how famous you are." And I never forgot her saying that. And that was 13, 14 years ago. So and I believe it or not, y'all, you won't believe this, but to this day, I still don't know. I don't know how people view me. And so I don't know how radical I appear to be. I don't know how well known or not well known I am. I don't know. I don't know. Like it is weird because like if I sit on the phone with Ice Cube, I'm like, well, you're the celebrity. You're Ice Cube. You're West Coast rap. I'm not just a professor, right? But you don't, so a lot of times this information helps me too because I'm like, okay, boys, this is what other people see. And I'll be like, no, I'm just being Boyce. I'm just gonna go out here in a hoodie and da-da. No, 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 no. You're Dr. Boyce, and they need you to appear this way. I literally have people around me that kind of do that for me, and it really helps. Self-awareness is not easy, because the other thing too is I never want to get to a point where where you're arrogant either, right? Or you're like, oh, I'm so important, I'm the man, and I'm more important. Like, no, but at the same time, if you don't see the impact of what you say and what you do, it can cause you to make mistakes in that direction as well. I've made that mistake where I've been like, why would anybody care what I think? I think that's bullshit or whatever. And then next thing you know, it becomes a big thing. And so, long story short, this helps me as well. So, thank you so much for participating in this exercise with me. It really helps. Now, let's do something fun. That's just, I've been all asking you a million and one questions, and let me show you something. Since y'all said did I show y'all? I can't remember if I showed you this or not. I'm gonna show you again, just in case you didn't. So I took a little visit to Black Wall Street, like I do every year before the All Black National Convention. So I have a time machine in my basement, and so so I went to Black Wall Street. By the way, this is that black astronaut with his beautiful black daughters. Oh my gosh, as a girl dad, I thought this was so cool. Did you see like all his neighbors, his white neighbors and everybody? They were all like super excited when he came home. And then the other astronaut, the dog was like barking at the window. Victor Glover, I think that's his name, and that's his family. I mean, that is just a beautiful, beautiful picture. And so, excuse me, I want to publicly say that I'm super proud of him, and I'm glad he's a national hero. Like we need more national heroes like this. We also need more space travel. It's kind of weird that it's been 50 years since we went back to the moon. That kind of makes I don't. I'm not lending credibility to the conspiracy theories, but that lends credibility to the conspiracy theories when there was some stuff you could do in 1972 that you couldn't do in 2008. So anyway, let's move on though. All right. So next one. So I visited Black Wall Street. That's me. Have I shown y'all this? Let me know if I showed you this or not. But it's very short, and it's just something quick I just did just because I was just playing around. Okay, so here it is. Let me play for you. That was like me stopping time for a minute. How cool was that, right? Can you see the video? Somebody said they can't see the video. Were you able to see the video? Let me know if you were able to see it. You were able to see it? Okay. I see yeses and nos. That's very strange. Okay, why? That's so weird. Okay, so let me unshare and reshare, and then because there's something else I want to share with you, and I want you to see this. All right. So okay, so I see a couple of no's, but I see a lot of yeses. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the yeses on this. And those who said no, let's try it again. And if not, I can send you guys the recording too. All right. So let's go and let's take a look here. I'm not gonna play this, but I did do a short little video on my Instagram, which is Dr. Boyce Finance, and I was talking about this AI agent that was created by Alibaba that went rogue. And the AI agent, they gave it a set of instructions on what it was supposed to do, but they didn't tell it how to do it. They didn't. They said just find the most efficient way to do it. So the AI agent went off and started doing stuff on his own. It created a whole life. It went out and started mining cryptocurrency and all kinds of stuff that they didn't tell it to do. And so this agent probably went off and got a wife and kids and robbed a bank. So yeah, so we're going. So so yeah, it's a brave new world. We're getting a real weird place. All right, and so anyway, here's something else I wanted to show you quickly. This is just a little thing. I want to make a point with this.
Any man who isn't investing on behalf of his children isn't doing right by his family. But I can't afford to invest. I don't have any extra money. Brother, I saw what kind of car you drive, and if you were to invest the same amount of money in your son as you put into your car, your whole family could be wealthy for several generations.
Okay, so that was a short little cartoon to kind of make the point that I think that we should hold each other accountable in a loving way. I think we should encourage each other. I think that we should, just use that little analogy. Like literally, anybody who says they can't afford to invest, if they can afford a car, then you can afford to invest because it's a matter of life and death for these kids. These kids are out here struggling, falling apart and sad as hell. And it's unfortunate when all that could have been prevented if somebody simply took half the money they were putting into their car and put it into an S&P 500 index fund for that child when they're a baby. So the same way feeding your child physically is important as a parent, you should also feed your child financially because when they get to the point where they're going to need money. They're going to really be in a really tough situation if you don't sort of prepare and set things up for them. Okay, so investing in children should be a standard in the community. It shouldn't be optional. All right, so let's move on. What else did I put up here? Oh yeah. So speaking of that, this is what happens when you don't invest for your kids. Watch this. Here it goes. I'm gonna play this. Tell me if you can hear it.
Some people are really stressed out. Check this video out.
I'm fucking stressed out! I'm fucking stressed! We should not be working like this. I work my ass off and I can't even fucking pay bills, bro. And they always say don't compare yourself to others, but I see people going to Coachella and fucking like buying all types of shit, just pointless fuck you money, and I'm over here can't even fucking pay my fucking rent, bro.
Okay. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all? How many of y'all were able to see or hear, or were you able to catch that? Okay. All right. Now I did a little quick analysis of this, and so normally I don't play a video of myself when I'm right here. I could just say things to you, but I want you to listen to the part where we talk about um what can happen when actually, you know what? Don't worry about that. Let's not do that. We don't have to do that because that was actually I actually did that before when we were talking about the lady that spent $3,000 on the balloon for her son, or the helicopter ride for her son to prom. Let me show that one instead because I think that's a little bit better in terms of showing the difference it makes when you actually take money that you would have wasted on, say, football practice, basketball practice, cheerleading camp, or your car, and took some of that and put that toward investments instead. Let me show you this video here. So this is where they took the helicopter ride to prom, and there's a part where I give you actual numbers that really shows just how massive wealth grows when you make that commitment to invest. So here I'm gonna play that first part again, not the whole thing, but here it goes.
What you just saw was a video of a kid who went to the prom in a helicopter. Yeah, that was a helicopter. His parents spent $3,000 for one night. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm a finance professor. Give me 2.5 minutes. I'm going to explain to you why people do this and why this can destroy your child's financial future. Let's start with the psychology of it all. There's something in economics called conspicuous consumption, and that's when people spend money not for value, but just to be seen, to signal status, to impress other people. There's another concept called social signaling, and that's when your purchases become a message to the world. It doesn't say, I need this. It says, but look at me, look at me. Now, here's the problem. Most of the people that you're trying to impress are not building your future. They're just watching your moment, and that is a significant problem. Because if you go back to the helicopter, that's $3,000 for one night. That's one memory. That just gets you a few likes on social media. But what if we flip that decision? What if that same $3,000 was invested for that child instead? That's not a $3,000 helicopter ride. That's much more expensive. Let me explain. Let's assume that you put in the S&P 500 and it compounds at 10%. So that means that at the age of 30, he has $52,000. The age of 40, $135,000. The age of 50, $350,000. 60, $910,000. By 70, $2.3 million. So that was not a $3,000 helicopter ride. That was a $2 million helicopter ride.
Okay, so let me stop right there. All right, so did you catch those numbers? Did you see that? I mean, and do you understand? Give me a yes if you understand that there is a direct and very clear path to black wealth, such that if the majority of us made a commitment to stick to a simple standard, that our wealth problems go away. Tell me if you understand that. Tell me if you believe me when I tell you this. And this is really important because so many people believe that it's impossible to build wealth if you're black, that it's impossible to build wealth if you're poor. It's impossible to ever have wealth if you didn't start off in money. And I just gave the math, and the math says that 3,000 she spent on the helicopter. Now, for some people, it may not be a helicopter ride. It may be a bunch of other things, a bunch of trips to the mall, a bunch of trips to the club. Maybe it's basketball camp, football camp, cheerleading camp. Maybe it's the $1,000 you spend every year at Christmas, whatever it is, right? But you take that same amount of money that you're committing to the car dealer or whatever. A lot of people, if your car note's $500 a month, that's $6,000 a year. So we're not talking about 3,000. We're talking about $3,000 one time. But if you go to $3,000 a year, then you're really talking about insane amounts of money. This is one time. In 10 years, he's got over $50,000. In 20 years, he's got over $100,000. In 30 years, he's got over $300,000. In 40 years, he's got over 900,000. In 50 years, he's got over 2 million. Now, the numbers may not be exactly like that. The numbers may vary, right? You can't predict the stock market, but what it says is that every time you spend money on something that is perishable, something that's going to just be a sort of a snip in time, sure, you're having a great experience. And studies show that investments in experiences is a necessity, that's something you do to have a fulfilled and meaningful life. There's nothing wrong with that. But you also want to have investments that will outlast the dollar bills that are in your pocket. You want something that's going to be longer than the moment, right? Your life can't just be a series of moments, because at some point your moments are going to crash into another moment. You're going to have that moment where you have a financial crisis. You're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have that moment where your boss calls you and gives you a pink slip. You're going to have that moment. So it's not just having the moment in time, it's building a series of moments, or building some sort of foundational nest egg slash infrastructure financially, such that you can have moments that can counter the moments that are going to hit you in the future. Because when life slaps you in the face, it slaps you really hard, and it doesn't have much empathy for you, no matter what you go through. Okay. So don't get caught up so much in just the numbers. I'd laid the numbers out just to kind of make a simple point that there is money out there, and don't ever let anybody tell you that you don't have enough wealth to invest. All the data, all the evidence points in the other direction. What happens is we don't have enough vision to invest. A lot of times we may not have the discipline to invest, or maybe we don't have the self-love to invest, or maybe we don't care enough about our children to invest. I don't know what it is, but I would just say to you, don't listen to the hype. Think about your kids, think about your family. All right. So anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for your feedback. This is very helpful information for sure. Also, as an FYI, so my Instagram is Dr. Boyce Finance. Feel free to follow me there if you want to, jump in the conversations. The Crypto Club meets this week. If you go to b1crypto.com, we have crypto experts that come in if that's your thing. b1crypto.com, and then also the All Black National Convention. If you want to be a vendor, or you want to register for your hotel, or you want to go on the tour of Harlem, whatever it is you want to do, it's the weekend of October 16th. It's going to be in Jersey City. We're all going to get together at that time. So feel free to go to allblacknationalconvention.com to go ahead and get prepared. We're working really hard on the children's track. So your children will be educated like they're baby college professors. We're going to turn our kids into the greatest economic experts on earth in the next generation. That's what we're doing with the babies. So, and we have something for young adults, young, black, and rich. We need them to be ready, smart, strong, capable, and prepared. And then, of course, we got something for everybody, for the grown and sexy crowd and the retirees. And we cover the whole family, the whole ecosystem, generation after generation, from the rooter to the tutor. That's how we're going to get it done. All right. So God bless you guys. Have a great day. And for those of you that want to do stocks later on, I'll be around at noon, Dr. Boyce, stockmarket.com. God bless you. Have a great day, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.